Doug Schoen joins us right now, Democratic strategist, pollster, good political read. You know, Doug, these debates, maybe they are different at a Senate level, a gubernatorial level versus the presidential level, but something is going on here where so many candidates pass up the chance or don't do as many. What do you make of it?
I think a couple of things, Neil. First, we're so polarized as a nation, there are fewer swing voters than there were before, fewer persuadables. It's more about getting your vote out than persuading. And because candidates really do not have the ability to agree on anything, they would just yell at each other. Both sides in most debates see more downside, as you and Mark Meadows were suggesting, than upside.
All right, we're talking about our Mark Meredith on that. Let me ask you, Doug. That's fine. Your take on where this stands then, because right now some of these races are very, very close. It still seems with these power rankings that we put out that Republicans have a good chance of taking the House, and maybe by a little bit more than was the case even a few weeks ago. The Senate does appear to be a jump ball, but you have Real Clear Politics saying it is very possible that Republicans will eke that out as well, that Herschel Walker, maybe in a runoff election, will win it and switch that seat out. Your thoughts on all of the above?
Yeah, all the data that I'm seeing suggests, as your comment underscored, that public opinion is moving to the Republicans. The generic vote, the party preference for Congress has gone from a narrow Democratic lead at the beginning of September to about a 3-point Republican lead. And virtually every poll out this week is showing that, which will translate into 25, 30 seats or more for the Republicans in the House. And the Senate races, whether it be Nevada, Georgia, Pennsylvania, are all moving very, very slowly, but clearly in the direction of the Republicans. And if we get, and it's a big if, Neil, a wave election where voters vote against the Democrats for the Republicans, that could be enough to give the Republicans the majority you're suggesting, as Real Clear suggests, could well be achieved.
Doug, you talk about wave elections, and sometimes the wave can pick up steam literally in the last few days. I think you had educated me that was the case in 1980, where Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan were fairly tight going into that final weekend, but it ended up being a blowout. I don't know whether it was the same degree in the midterms in 1994, where Republicans were expected to pick up seats, but not nearly as many as they ultimately did. Do you see anything like that?
Yeah, I do, and that's a great point, Neil. I see the same thing I saw in 1980, and I had just started my career then, and in 94. All the momentum is with the Republicans, and it's tough to make an argument now for my party, the Democrats, based on inflation up, interest rates up, the stock market down. So people are having a tough time paying for their gasoline, for their food, and the abortion issue, which played originally to the Democrats' advantage, is less and less important to voters. So I wouldn't be surprised with a big move at the end to the Republican Party at all levels.
So, Doug, super quick in about 15 seconds.
Sure.
Bill Clinton pivoted after that debacle for Democrats.
Yes.
Do you think that if the same thing were to pan out, Joe Biden would do the same?
Neil, I don't. It was a different time in 94 and 95 when I started with Bill Clinton. I was part of that pivot. I'm proud of what we did on crime, welfare reform, cutting spending. I see no evidence Joe Biden and his team will do it.
We'll watch very closely. Doug Schoen, thank you very much. Good seeing you again.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.